Good morning all, and that's exactly what it is. A good morning. Excellent morning. It's mornings like these where just got to obviously take advantage of. Got to find the balance between being practical and also avoiding too much anxiety, frustration, rushing around, because let's face it, conditions like these, i.e. the mist, don't hang around. For this morning session, I've gone the light bag option. This is a slingshot. Just brought the two lenses, the 35mm and also my 85mm prime lenses. Easy access, and it's exactly what I want. I've just brought the small tripod as well. It just allows me to wander around more freely.
A large deluge of rain the previous day, followed by this morning where there was a stillness and warmth in the air, and that created these lovely misty conditions. I wanted to work fast but at the same time take advantage, so I focused around this single area, and what caught my eye here was the branch that led out, and at first I thought it would make a nice leading line, also frames. I played around with that. It also became apparent that the tree in itself will make a nice subject, a nice focal point. Obviously the blues and the greens worked well together.
First came here in winter, and I said right from the start when I first discovered this location that it would be wonderful with the fog and mist. Not only that, but being in the middle of winter, all was left to play with in terms of composition was the form of the trees and branches and looking for irregular shapes. And we're now in the middle of spring, and I'm doing the same again this morning. But now I've got the added beauty of foliage, nice greens, and obviously the blues of the bluebells, greens, blues, a lovely match indeed.
The conditions were obviously favourable, but it didn't make my life any easier. Still a question of playing around with the different forms and shapes and trying to create something which looked good to the eye. I wanted to create some nice bokeh with my prime lens, again 35mm, wide open. Sometimes it was f1.8, f2. There was dew on the grasses and also the bluebells as well, so I played around with a few options with the focus points, sometimes focus on the bluebells and the mid-ground and the background as well. The sun was rising, burning through the mist, which was creating some nice diagonals. As always, nature doesn't give you it on a plate. I still had to look around because I still wanted to get as much separation in the trees in the background, along with finding the right cluster of bluebells as well.
Just like that. Someone's turned the mist switch off. It's gone, lifted. But I'm stood here talking to you, a very happy person, because I took advantage of the conditions whilst it lasted. Mainly handheld shots, going in close, using the benefits of a prime lens, shooting really wide open. I think at some point I was open at f1.8, f2, going up close. Plus the bluebells, taking advantage of the mist in the background, but the beams of light shining through create some nice diagonals with the trees. And also there's a pathway here. I revisited an image I did earlier in the year, again with the added ingredient of mist just added to it. Absolutely wonderful stuff. It's like you can go out, take your bluebell shots, get your nice blues and your greens, but it's often it's missing an added ingredient. It's a bit like sesame oil when you're making a chicken fried rice. I've just thought of that because I'm making that for me tea. Just, you know. So yeah, mist is just the added ingredient which you just need, just to add that mood, which photography is all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about, getting that right emotion. Now, I mentioned on one of my last vlogs, I asked the question, do you shoot for yourself or for others? And overwhelmed with the responses, and thanks very much, but it's a definite, you shoot for yourself. Of course you do. You shoot for yourself, you shoot what you like. You do, however, build up knowledge over time of what works and what doesn't. It's also good to try and come up with something different, not too different, but different. And often the case, conditions, which I've had this morning, adds that little added difference. Right, it's a short vlog, it's a short session, but yeah, very pleased with the results. I'll show you the gallery now. Take care of yourself, keep smiling, bye bye for now.